and development, Honorable Speaker. And when we have a document such as this that is before us, it has to be read with a tooth comb and critique where necessary, but only basing on facts and not conjecture, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, it behoves all of us in this House who represent the wishes and the plight of the people out there to be factual. And that also helps our people make a deliberate decision, be it those who are in this House and those who are outside this House, Honorable Speaker. So I implore upon each and every individual here to restrict themselves to the confines of this document without necessarily being extra. I hope you will have your time, honorable members, that we do not have to be extra, you know, without necessarily understanding the depth and the width of the document that is before us, Honorable Speaker. And I thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, Honorable Mukunji, you have 1 minute to wind up.
Honorable Speaker, all these interruptions, you can see clearly, they are meant to just dissuade the alternative voice in this House. But Honorable Speaker, I'll still insist, and I've said we are not only the representative of the, but sometimes, Honorable Speaker, you have to remind this House. Honorable Speaker, in 2024, this House passed the finance bill. And everybody is aware that the population, almost 90% of this nation, was against that finance bill. It is the president actually that said he's not going to sign. And this House had passed it. And Honorable Speaker, we cannot ignore this fact that at some point you have to remind the people that they are representative of the people out there. But Honorable Speaker, because I'm concluding, as we pass, we need to see and ensure that we don't over budget for some offices so that we ensure Kenyans get value for money and we put our monies where our mouths are as Kenyans. We don't need to have an increment in budget in places where actually almost sevenfold when you consider from 2021 to almost 2026.
Yeah, the Honorable Wandeto, the MP for Tetu, Honorable Geoffrey Wandeto.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would also like to contribute to these supplementary estimates, which seeks to increase the overall budget from 2.913 trillion to about 2.931 trillion, an increase of 18 billion shillings. And Mr. Speaker, the concern of every Kenyan is that out there, people are struggling to put food at the table. People are struggling to fuel their vehicles with the current increases in fuel and in the attendant cost of living. And Kenyans have generally been crying that they wish to see a government that is more responsible when it comes to expenditure, a country that lives within its means. Mr. Speaker, we have continuously seen what I would call an expansionist budget over the last few years, moving, I think, from a low of 1.8 trillion, I think that's where Kibaki left us, now to 4.8 trillion. And Mr. Speaker, a lot of this is coming with two costs. One, the widening budget deficit, which this year, and I know we are not speaking about this year's budget, is estimated to move to about 1.2 trillion shillings. And also the increased debt burden to the country. And I feel, Mr. Speaker, we could be doing a lot of things at the expense of the future generations of this country. And so as responsible leaders, Mr. Speaker, it is important that even as we think through the budget estimates, even as we think through the expenditure for this country, that we spare a thought for the ordinary Kenyan, and that we also apply our money to the areas that directly benefit our people. Looking at where the 18 billion is going, it's difficult, Mr. Speaker, to really speak to some measurable, direct benefits to the common mwananchi. We could make the president more comfortable at a better state house. We could build bigger stadiums, which are coming at a very huge cost to this country. But to what extent is that really benefiting Wanjiku, as we always talk about, the common mwananchi? Mr. Speaker, the other issue is our absorption capacity. Again, you find at the end of every financial year, you have money that was appropriated, but that has not been spent. So we also long for the day the chairman of the budget committee will come with a supplementary budget that is reducing. Because every time we see is an increase from the last estimate. When will we come and tell Kenyans that now we are ready to cut our cloth, according to our size? We are ready to live within our means, and that we are ready to start making sacrifices on some of these non-essential items. I've seen the office of the deputy president has been added 100 million shillings. This is the same office that was that we were told, has overshot its transport budget because of the number of choppers that it has to hire or the frequency of those choppers. Mr. Speaker, we've also been told by the Anti-Corruption Commission that approximately 2 billion shillings, 2 to 3 billion shillings is stolen every day. So again, when I look at the 18 billion, is this theft for 1 week? Because if we are going to pass money, then it is stolen in a week's time. Because if 3 billion is stolen every day, the 21 billion will be stolen in exactly 1 week. So, Mr. Speaker, we need to think about some of these things. I brought to this house, Mr. Speaker, last week, and Mr. Speaker, I brought to this house. You can protect me from.
Emmanuel Wangwe is on a point of order.
Okay.
Just take your seat briefly on the Wandeto.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, will I be in order to ask my very good colleague, the CPA, Wandeto, to also mention that statistic is statistics as per the former president, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. I can answer my chairman. The latest ESC statistics shows that the country is losing 783 billion to corruption. So you can divide that by 365, and my chairman, I know his phone has a calculator, it will come to roughly about 2 to 3 billion.
Honorable John Wandeto, just take your seat. The chair of the Departmental Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs is on a point of order.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I was studying Order 83. Honorable Wandeto is required to substantiate what he is stating as a matter of fact when he knows that he doesn't have the facts. Any allusion to 2 billion shillings being lost in a day was actually made by the former president, Honorable Uhuru Kenyatta. We have not had any other report whatsoever from anywhere howsoever that we are losing money on a daily basis and at what rate. So if he's drawing an analogy with that statement, he has to say so. If he states it as a matter of fact, we require substantiation because we do not have any facts of any allegation that we are losing 2 billion shillings, less or more per day, as he alleges.
Mr. Speaker, allow me to move on. And,
Honorable Wandeto, let me read for you the provisions of Standing Order number 91. At sub-order 1, it says, a member shall be responsible for the accuracy of any facts which the member alleges to be true